Hi everyone, happy Monday. Carrie Severson here, storyteller, coach, and writer and essayist, counting down the days to 40, sharing storytelling tips I learned in my 30s every day. Today is day 9. I love that. Into the single digits. Holy crazy pants. So in the storytelling business, I've been in the business for 20 years. I started in the journalism world, moved over to freelance for magazines and newspapers in my early 20s, and then moved into public relations and then in entrepreneurship, where I became an essayist and a blogger, and now I help women around the world write stories, pitch magazines, write speeches, write books, things like that. The one thing that every storyteller has in common is rejection. It's rare that your story, that you cold pitch someone, like a National Women's Magazine, is picked up on the first go. If you're uploading a story to an outlet like Better After 50 or Thrive Global, a lot of times it's immediately accepted, which is fantastic. The publishing world has really changed. But if you're cold pitching an editor at, let's say, Cosmo or Women's Health, there is a high percentage of chance that it's going to be rejected by an editor. You're going to be put in touch with somebody else, or they're going to ask for a different angle of a story. And a lot of people deal with the rejection in the publishing business in different ways. The coaching world, the online coaches of the world will say, you weren't rejected, you were just redirected. Growing up in the publishing business, if I had an opportunity to pitch an editor at a magazine and she or he rejected it, I would always come back with them and say, what are you looking for? Tell me more specifically why this piece isn't a fit for you. I would get feedback on that and then try it again. It's important that you understand if your story is meant for the masses, it will find a place, it will find an outlet. It could have something to do with the time of the rejection. They may have just published something similar and don't want to publish something just like your piece again. So here are some tips that I've picked up along the way. Number 1 is forming a relationship with the editor by asking for more specifics on why a piece was rejected. And asking more specifically on what it is they're really looking for. And then if you have something in that thread, pitch again immediately. I will re-examine the timing of the piece, really ask myself, is this what I'm meant to share right now? Is this really what I'm supposed to be pitching? If after 3 rejections and it's still a go, I put it down. I don't publish it to my blog on my website, because once you do that, you really ruin your chances of it getting published somewhere else. I literally put it down and I wait a while, because again, it could just simply be timing. Timing's everything, right? And then, so that's 3 rejections. So if I get rejected once, I will try a different editor at a different publication. If I get rejected a second time, I will put it down. Or I'm sorry, if I get rejected a third time, I put it down. Sometimes it simply is just pitching a new editor at the same publication. So form a relationship with the editor, pitch a new editor at a different publication or the same publication, move it around a couple of times. And after your 3rd rejection, if it's still not picked up, put it down and give it like a month or 2 and try it again. There's a lot of evergreen stories, like stories about depression, happiness, child parenting, balance, things like that. Those larger themes are usually always hot, but it really will depend on when the publication published its last one. So make sure that you're examining the publication before you pitch, that you've reviewed their website. If they have a print publication, you've looked back at like the last 3 or 4 issues for sure. And again, remember, if you're rejected that first time, that cold pitch, ask for a little bit more feedback from the editor, and hopefully he or she will give you some good tips on how to secure a pitch the next time. I hope that helps. You're always welcome over into the Unapologetic Voice. And if you're looking for a little bit more one-on-one work, send me a message and let's see if we can get on the calendar to fit in a session. Okay, see you tomorrow for day 8.